Hello and welcome to Plus TV Africa. I am Felicity Ezewike with the news on the hour. Today, Kola Abiola, first son of late Chief MKO Abiola, on behalf of the Abiola family, received the posthumous Grand Commander of the Federal Republic Award conferred on his father, who paid the supreme price to usher in the democracy Nigerians enjoy today. The award is the high point of today's maiden June 12 Democracy Day celebration by the federal government. President Muhammadu Buhari had recently announced the award to Chief Abiola, winner of the landmark June 12, 1993 presidential election, which was annulled by the military government of General Ibrahim Babangida. Buhari also declared June 12 a public holiday and a new National Democracy Day. Honored along with Abiola are his running mate, Ambassador Babagana Kingibe, and late human rights lawyer and activist, Chief Gani Fawemi. The lineup of activities for the day included the recognition of key players of the 1993 elections. To mark the day, Plus TV Benga Aborowa interviews the late Chief MKO Abiola's son, Abdulmumin, and some witnesses to history as they relive those times and remember the man Abiola.
MKO Abiola was a business mogul, a philanthropist, deeply committed to democratic principles, highly spiritual, meek. He was committed to the abolition of poverty in Nigeria. He was so witty, had lots and lots of proverbs, and even at the moment that people had to doubt him, he referred to himself as a corpse, that a corpse cannot run away from the undertaker. He displayed uncommon courage.
He's humble. He was down to earth. You know, I could, some of my early memories, I remember there was a day, I think I went to his room and he taught me how to brush my teeth properly. So we used to I used to always feel real comfortable around him, you know, because he was just so, it was fun to be around.
It was in everybody's face. He had a larger-than-life image. He was a businessman, a business mogul. Had so many, organizations he set up, employed a lot of people. Became involved in the political process somewhere along the line. But he was also a man who, as a result of his ambition in his later years, delved into politics. And that is where part of the contradiction also lies, because he was also a friend of the military establishment, had a lot of friends in the military.
The movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, MASSOB, has reacted to the honor bestowed on MKO Abiola by President Muhammadu Buhari, calling the action the highest display of hypocrisy. In a release to journalists in Abakaleke, Ebonyi State, the leader of MASSOB, Uchenna Madu, said the deception was a calculated effort to manipulate the people of the Southwest to vote for Buhari in 2019. The group wondered why the president did not condemn the avowed injustice to the late MKO until now, 3 years into his administration and just before the general election. MASSOB therefore warned people of the Southwest to be watchful of Buhari's antics. The federal government has declared Friday, June 15 and Monday, June 18 as public holidays to celebrate the 2018 Eid al-Fitr. Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Dambazua, retired Minister of Interior, made this declaration Monday in a statement by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Dr. M. Umar. The minister congratulated the Muslim faithful on successfully participating in the Ramadan so far, asking all Nigerians to use the opportunity of the celebration to pray for peace, unity, prosperity and stability of the nation. The statement further urged Nigerians to support the government of President Muhammadu Buhari in taking the country to greater heights. APC governorship candidate for next month's governorship election in Ekiti, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has accused the PDP of planning to cause violence of various forms on election day Fayemi, who spoke at the inauguration of the party campaign council in Ado-Ekiti, asked the electorate not to allow rumors of violence stop them from voting for the APC. He also reassured supporters that the security agencies who have already been alerted of the plot are working tirelessly to ensure optimum security during the election in the state. The former minister said the PDP was a disunited party, even as he noted that the APC has been receiving a deluge of defections from the PDP, including Prince Dayo Adeyeye, who came second in the party's governorship primary. Fayemi also denied reports that Honorable Opeyemi Bamidele, who sustained gunshot wounds at the ill-fated party rally weeks back, has been flown abroad for further treatment. He said he was with Bamidele on Saturday night at an undisclosed hospital in Lagos, where the former member of the House of Representatives is recuperating. And on the foreign scene, Donald Trump has offered Kim Jong-un security guarantees in a document they signed today at the historic Singapore summit. The North Korean leader says the world will soon see major difference as he promised to work towards complete demilitarization. The U.S. president also pledged that it will end the war games. This falls far short of hopes for an official position on permanent denuclearization. Meanwhile, Trump says he and Kim Jong-un are, however, committed to the document signed today. Police spokesman Charles Owino has on Tuesday assured Kenyans that more security agents have been deployed in Witu, Mpeketoni and other places in Lamu County, where there are fears of a possible attack following reports of attackers spotted in the Boni forest. Owino assured that with preparations for the Eid al-Fitr holidays, the deployment of officers has increased in the Boni area, particularly the area between Witu and Mpeketoni in Lamu County. The police spokesman informed the people that police are aware that some terrorists under the command of Malim Aima and Mohammed Bilal are moving towards the Boni Dance forest, as well as increasing sites of terrorist elements in Tana Delta and northeastern. Owino charged residents of the area to be vigilant, remain on high alert, and report any suspicious moves around the community. In his words, more personnel have been dispatched to comb the forest and flush out the militants. And in business, the Naira depreciated yesterday to 361 Naira 5 kobo per dollar in the parallel market, showing a 50 kobo depreciation. This was according to NigeriaABDC.com, the live exchange rate platform of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, ABCON. As at Friday, the rate on parallel market was 361 Naira to the US dollar. However, in the investors and exports I&E window, the Naira appreciated by 36 kobo according to data from FMDQ. The rates dropped from 360 Naira 91 kobo last Friday to 360 Naira 55 kobo per dollar. Still in business, Dr. Ibe Kachuku, Nigeria's Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, is to become the next president of the African Petroleum Producers Association, APO. The announcement made Monday in Abuja says the development is a new phase which will aid in re-strategizing for the emerging challenges of the global oil industry. Kachuku is taking over from Michel Boka as president of APO, an organization of African countries producing petroleum founded in 1986 in Lagos, with Congo-Brazzaville as its headquarters. The organization has 14 member countries, which are Algeria, Angola, Benin, Cameroon, Chad, Democratic Republic of Congo, Congo-Brazzaville, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, South Africa, Libya, and Nigeria. According to Reuters, Nigeria's oil exports are expected to fall in July to 1.43 million barrels per day, shown in loading plans revealed on Monday. This will make it its lowest level so far this year. The export plan for next month came to 48 cargoes compared to 60 cargoes, which is partly due to an outage on the Boni Light stream and a daily rate of 1.796 million barrels per day in June. July's export plan included 4 cargoes of Akpo condensed of 133,000 barrels per day compared to the same 4 cargoes in June with 133,000 barrels per day. A number of smaller streams showed no cargo would load in July. Nigerian oil export plans are prone to revisions and delays, with cargoes frequently pushed from one month to the next. Tokumbo is up next with entertainment news. Hi, Tokumbo.
Felicity. In entertainment, American rapper Kanye West has been the most talked about celebrity for weeks now. The hitmaker has tied the record for the longest streak of albums on the US chart with his new release, Ye. It was announced recently where the album debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 chart. This act marked the 8th release to reach the top. Ye was released after Kanye went silent for a year due to his mental issues. The rapper then returned with a big hit to cloud social media. Upon his hit, Kanye West became the first African-American to voice support to the US President Donald Trump. Ye sold 208,000 albums. The lyrics of the song included rhymes about his past controversies, a sound of soul samples, and only 7 tracks. In 2004, he reached the top with his studio album, later on topped the charts with Jay-Z for his collaboration in 2011. Falz, the son of a well-known Nigerian lawyer, has proven himself several times without any doubt to be multi-talented as a rapper, actor and comedian. He asks through his Instagram page how youths will spend ₦1 million if he hands it to them, as he is willing to reward innovation, creativity, considering the fact that Nigerian youths have great ideas and are creative. To be the winner of his cash prize, all you need to do is record a video stating what you would do with the money and include the hashtag I am not using. He revealed this via his Instagram post. Nigerian artists in recent times have not failed to fly the Nigerian flag high. Once again, Davido has walked a phenomenal path. He performed at the just concluded Hot 97 Summer Jam, and it was highly successful. Davido is the first African artist to perform live at the Hot 97 Summer Jam alongside American rappers A Boogie with the Hoodie, Meek Mill and Lil Wayne. That's it on entertainment. Up next is Udoka with the sports news.
Thank you, Tokumbo. Welcome to Sport Update on Plus TV Africa. I am Udoka Njoko. Well, reigning champions Super Falcons have qualified for the 2018 African Women's Cup of Nations, which will be held in Ghana in November after defeating the Queen Scorpions of Gambia by 6-0. And 2 goals from Asisa Toshuola and 4 goals from Desire Oparanozie ensured the Falcons got the vital win for the ladies. And the Falcons will be joining Ghana, Equatorial Guinea, Cameroon, Zambia, Algeria, South Africa and Mali as we await the main draw for the African Women's Cup of Nations 2018. And Thomas Danaby congratulated the girls on their qualification for the Nations Cup in Ghana, but said they still have a long way to go ahead of the tournament. Remember, Danaby is actually the coach of the Super Falcons. Well, preparations have been stepped up for the cadet wrestlers and their sparring partners ahead of the 2018 African Youth Games. That's the AYG, which will run from the 19th to the 28th of July. And the athletes representing Nigeria at the 3rd edition of the Games are between the ages of 15 and 17, and they comprise of 10 males and 10 females participating in the freestyle events. In boxing, Deontay Wilder seems to have agreed to fight Anthony Joshua next in the UK as he took to social media to announce to his fans that he had agreed to travel to the UK to challenge WBA, WBO and IBF title holder Anthony Joshua to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And he says it is now up to Anthony Joshua's camp to finalize the deal. And negotiations have been ongoing since Joshua beat Joseph Parker in March to add WBO belts to his collection. And it had been thought that the Olympic gold medalist would meet Alexander Povetkin first in September, but Wilder has now thrown down the gauntlet. And for Anthony Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, he said the original plan was to go ahead with the fight in September, but explains that it will be a difficult one because the fight has been scheduled for the 15th of September. And in tennis, Djokovic said he may skip the grass court season after losing in the French Open quarterfinal to Marco Cecchinato. But the 12-time Grand Slam champion has now accepted a late wildcard for Queens, which means 17 of the world's top 30 players will be in the draw. And he said it will be a good preparation for Wimbledon, which begins on the 2nd of July. And Djokovic last played at the Queens Club in 2010, winning the doubles title alongside Jonathan Elrich. Djokovic, who is 31, was beaten 6-3, 7-6, 1-6, 7-6 by Italy's world number 72, Cecchinato, in Paris last week. An elbow injury has limited his playing time this year while he was treated for a neck sprain during the defeat by Cecchinato. He has dropped to 22nd in the rankings, while his 20th sitting at Roland Garros was his lowest at a slam since the 2006 US Open. Well, we'll keep asking questions about LeBron James deciding in early July where he wants to play next season, talking about the world of the NBA. And LeBron James has until 29th of June to opt out of the final year of his contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers, which he is expected to do and become a free agent. And Cleveland can offer LeBron James a 5-year deal worth nearly $209 million, and other teams can offer him a 4-year deal worth about $150 million. And there is no guarantee that James signs a new deal that long. And he has signed short-term deals since returning to the Cavs and may do so again to keep options open. And there are 3 teams with realistic salary cap space to sign James in free agency, which are Cleveland Cavaliers, Philadelphia 76ers, and Los Angeles Lakers. Any other team will have to commit extreme salary cap gymnastics or convince the Cavaliers a sign and trade is worth their while. And finally, in boxing, David Haye, in a statement on his social media website, and of course his website, has announced his retirement, and this comes after last month's rematch, the loss to Tony Bellew. And he retires at the age of 37 and wished he retired with a win or as a champion. And this is not the first time the former heavyweight champion announced his retirement, and he did so in October in 2011, 3 months after losing his WBA title to Vladimir Klitschko in Germany. And he made a return the following year. And David Haye ends his career with a record of 4 losses in 32 fights. And he was the European cruiserweight champion. He also won the WBC, WBA, and WBO world titles before elevating to the heavyweight after defeating Nikola Valiev in 2009. Well, that's all I have for you on Sport Updates this hour on Plus TV Africa. I am Udoka Njoku. Back to you, Felicity.
Thank you, Udoka. A lot certainly seems to be going on in the sports world. Do stay tuned to Plus TV for more stories. And that's it on News on the Hour. My name is Felicity Ezewike. Do enjoy the rest of your day.